When the cameras aren't rolling and the uniforms are off, the SEAL Team cast are just normal people with normal love lives. Okay, not entirely. For the cast of this show, there's actually nothing conventional about love. Get ready for SEAL Team, Romance Edition. We've got 2 high school meet-cutes, the worst first date in history story, and not 1 but 2 stories of cheating. Max Theriot as Clay Spenser. Clay may have taken 4 seasons to finally decide that Stella was the one for him, but the actor behind the role found his Mrs. Right without any effort. In fact, Max knew that his boo was the one when he met her 2 decades ago while he was a teenager. This couple had the ultimate meet-cute when Max spotted Lexi Murphy across the beaches of the Bahamas while their families were on a perfectly timed holiday. And since then, their love story has come full circle. Literally. After 7 years of dating, Max and Lexi returned to the Bahamas. But this time, they didn't bring their families because Max had a brilliant plan to start a new family. So in March 2021, he popped the question. And of course, Lexi said yes. At the time, the actor admitted that they had to be sneaky about the proposal because Lexi had guessed his plans. So he had to throw her off. Max explained, "She ended up thinking it wasn't going to happen because I waited a whole week before I asked." A year later, they said their I do's in sunny Arizona in front of friends and family, including one of Max's former co-stars, Kristen Stewart. And since then, the Thieriot's have been extending their family. They welcomed their son Beau in 2015 and gave him a brother 3 years later. Honestly, this family is goals, and they are so adorable together. And even after nearly 2 decades with his wife, Max never misses a chance to sing her praises and show off the woman he still calls a hot mama. But there's more to Max than being a husband, father, and actor. He's also a wine guru with his very own vineyard and wine label called Senses. Now all that's left for this family is for us to see whether the kids become actors, winemakers, or something else entirely. And speaking of new babies, A J Buckley as Sonny Quinn. Sonny might have to adjust to being a dad, but the actor behind the role is already pretty well versed in fatherhood. AJ met a nurse and lifestyle blogger called Abby Oxy in 2010, and after 2 years of dating, decided to make her a Mrs. by proposing on holiday in Hawaii. Another 2 years later, he made her a mama. The lovebirds welcomed their daughter, Willow Phoenix, at the start of 2014, and planned to have another baby later. But they really struggled. After years of infertility issues, AJ and Abby began to seriously consider in vitro fertilization before a miracle happened. Abby realized she was pregnant with twins. In 2018, Willow finally became an older sister to Ranger and Bodhi, but there was a problem. The twins were 7 weeks premature and had to spend their first month of life in the ICU. But now they're home and cuter than ever. However, it's been a major adjustment.
For me, going from 1 to 3, it's chaotic. My house is chaotic.
Sure.
It's crazy.
But it's also been a great business opportunity. When his sons were born, their dad joked, "Could not be more excited to welcome 2 more to the Buckley clan. I guess we will be designing a diaper bag for twins now." He totally delivered by creating a range of sustainable diaper bags called Paperclip Life. He's not the only one with babies on the brain. Jessica Paré as Mandy Ellis. Well, for most of us, the idea of romance follows the steps of that famous nursery rhyme: love, marriage, then babies. That's not true for Jessica Paré. In fact, despite having been in a relationship with her baby daddy, musician John Kastner, for over a decade, she does not plan to become Mrs. Kastner. At least, not yet. As the actress explained to Men's Journal, she doesn't like the way the word wife limits women. Jessica elaborated, "To me, a wife sounds like someone who's going to do your ironing, and honestly, I don't even know if I have an iron." But that doesn't mean she is dead set against marriage, though. She recently revealed that she might end up marrying John because it's easier legally. And yes, she knows that this outlook on marriage isn't exactly romantic, and she's totally fine with that. As far as she's concerned, marriage isn't commitment. It's just a bunch of papers. Then again, her attitude might just come from experience. Before she met John, Jessica had already been married to writer-producer Joseph M. Smith. The relationship ended in divorce after just 3 years, and we're pretty sure it affected the way this lady thinks about relationships. Instead, she likes to focus on what she does have: a great relationship with her partner and an adorable baby boy called Blues. The couple welcomed their son in 2015, marking Jessica's first child and her boo's second, as he already has a daughter with his ex-wife. And here's where we're about to break your mind. Another baby on the way. In August this year, John posted a cute snap of his son and daughter with a sneaky surprise in the caption. So next time you watch SEAL Team, maybe keep your eyes peeled for a baby bump. But while Jessica may be a little unsure about the whole marriage thing, her co-stars don't feel the same way. Justin Melnick as Brock. Brock may not have had time for romance in his life, but that's not the case for the actor that portrays this character. On screen, he's 100% committed to the job and to his dog Cerberus. But off screen, Justin Melnick is very much a family man. But he nearly wasn't. After a horrific first date, he's still surprised he managed to get his wife to say I do. 2 years ago, Justin met actress Whitney Abel, who'd just divorced her husband of a decade, Scoot McNairy. And even though she already had 2 children from her previous relationship, when Justin laid eyes on her, he knew she was it. But he had to convince her, and it really didn't start well, if his first date was anything to go by.
Last time I shit my pants was on my first date with my wife. 3/4 of the way through dinner, I start getting the tummy rumbles. Uh-oh. It was like drinking bad water in South America bad. Like painful to the point where all I could do was laugh.
Luckily, she seemed to feel the same way, because she eventually agreed to marry him. The couple tied the knot last year in California, but unlike so many other celeb couples, the celebration was insanely low-key, with no guest list apart from Whitney's kids. A couple months later, they announced that they were expecting their first child, welcoming baby Bronson in April this year. And he is adorable. If you don't believe that, just check out the Instagram account they set up for him, which is filled with cute pics. Want to know what else is cute? Neil Brown Jr. is still making hard eyes at his high school sweetheart, despite a rough patch. Neil Brown Jr. as Ray Paré. Way before this actor ever appeared on a screen, he found the role of a lifetime, being the partner to his high school sweetheart, Katrina. In fact, he was so sure that she was the one that he proposed and tied the knot when he was just 20. But there was a downside. It was a small event held on a super tight budget. As Neil later told People, "My wife never got the proposal, wedding, or honeymoon that she deserved. We were so young. We had no money. I always wanted to do it the right way." And he did. 18 years after they first tied the knot, this actor didn't just want to renew his vows, he wanted to do the entire process again, from proposal to cutting the cake. The plan was brilliant and a little sneaky. While Katrina thought she and her hubby were celebrating their son Ethan's high school graduation with their closest friends and family, she had no idea that her hubby also planned to re-propose. But that meant he needed a ring, and he knew just what to do. I had spent months designing a custom engagement ring for her, engraved with our special quote. It was just gorgeous, just like the proposal. But this doesn't mean that their relationship has always been easy. In fact, the opposite is true. Can you believe that Neil nearly lost his wife?
I would do right for a few months, 6 months, and then I'd be a fool again.
Neil's infidelity nearly ruined the couple's relationship. But thankfully, they decided to work on it instead. And now he's using his mistakes to educate others.
See, what you do in the dark will come to the light.
Yeah.
Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. Sin is expensive. Okay? And your boy was sinning.
Shockingly, he's not the only Bravo team member with that experience. David Boreanaz as Jason Hayes. He may have made a name for himself playing a vampire with a soul, but David Boreanaz hasn't always been an angel in real life. His first marriage to Ingrid Quinn ended after just 3 years. And when the actor announced his divorce in 1997, it was amid rumors that his wife didn't trust him with his on-screen love interests. And she might have been onto something, because those accusations cropped up after his second whirlwind wedding. And we mean whirlwind. In 2001, David took a second trip down the aisle with actress, model, and Playboy alum Jamie Bergman, just 7 months after meeting her at a Valentine's Day party at the Playboy Mansion. The next year, the couple welcomed their son Jaden. After years of trying for a second child, they got their wish in 2009, when their daughter Bardot was born. But it wasn't a time for celebration. While Jamie was pregnant with her daughter, rumors started circulating that David had been seeing someone else too. And not just anyone, the same lady who'd already been tied to Tiger Woods, Rachel Yucatel. In 2010, the actor came clean and admitted his mistake to People after telling his wife, I haven't been faithful to my wife. Our marriage has been tainted with my infidelities. Jamie was distraught, and she later admitted that once she heard the news, her first thought was to leave her husband. But she stayed for the sake of her children and for the love that united them. Although it meant a heck of a lot of work, including years of therapy for both Jamie and her hubby. It paid off. David and Jamie are still together and stronger than ever. In fact, the actor now considers that dark time in his marriage to have been a bonding experience with his wife. We may know all the details of David Boreanaz's marriage, but what about the team's most mysterious member? Toni Trucks as Lisa Davis. We're about to prove that not all celebs like sharing their private lives with fans. Just ask Toni Trucks, who is intensely private. This trait may have helped her prepare for the role of a badass Navy logistics specialist, but in real life, it's the cause of loads of frustration for her fans. Sadly, Toni really doesn't like sharing anything about her personal life. Well, except that she's going to be a mom. So who's the dad? Some social media stalking has revealed that he is actor Brandon Phillips. But we have no idea how long these two have been together or how they met. Previously, Toni was linked to actor John Wernicke for years before these two suddenly stopped appearing in each other's social feeds. So maybe the fact that she's hiding Brandon is a good thing. Watch this space. For a look at the SEAL team's behind-the-scenes struggles, check out our other videos. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay awesome.